Steady. Steady. Good boy, come on. I'll do. Got my coat on today. Just after 5 o'clock it is. That's in the morning. Watch the final part. Ooh, got a bit of the old autofocus then. However, I don't get told off for that anymore. Oh, I'm such a bitch at this time in the morning. Couple of points. Yesterday, and this is quite relevant with mental health and the like, guys. Yesterday, I had about three hours sleep, if you could call it that. Had a great night out with some friends, first time we've been out since lockdown. Had a meal, had some beers and a few other cheeky little drinks. So what would have happened yesterday if I had no sense of purpose, nothing to do? Probably laid about, feeling a bit rough, dozing and the like. However, channel, Marv and Kira are doing their bit at their end. So I was doing my bit yesterday. We're nearly there, 2 days. I'm going to be happy with the way the channel's looking. You know, I want people to be able to come, find things, and away you go. Sleep. Can't tell you how many people out there, poor sleep. You know, a lot of people on medication and the like. If we go back 12 months, I'm in a way different place because I've got that sense of purpose. So, when you're motivated and you've got a purpose, I can do without the sleep. Like somebody said, went to bed 11 o'clock last night, couldn't sleep. Our lass is out cold. Turned TV off, had it on quiet. I know you shouldn't have a TV in a room. However, I was rested. Try and resist temptation to look at my phone. Yeah, it's in a drawer. Time wise anyway, I figured it was about 4 o'clock, 10 past 4 when I looked at my phone. Just thinking then about the drama, time, very thought-provoking for me, not in a bad way. That's how my brain works. So I am particularly, I did make some notes. There'll be 2 parts today, this being the first. Get this up about 2 o'clock when you see this, and then one round about tea time. The next 2 weeks, vlogs are sorted. I'll be out with Stephen. It's brought up a lot of issues. I don't mean issues that are a problem. I mean things that I'm thinking I can talk about that maybe people who've never been to prison might have missed. So yeah. Let's talk about the final part. There is other bits I'll go back to. Right, first of all, I realise it's a drama. I said that all along. You know, 3-hour episodes. Think on, Sean Bean, main character, that's 2 years of his life there. You know, there's a lot happening in that 3 hours to him, but that's spread over 2 years. So let's talk about when he gets rushed in his cell. He's in his cell, someone stood outside. The lads who've been bullying him rush in, yeah, takes a few cracks. They pin him down, take his shoes and socks off. I think they've got terps, white spirit, something like that. Pour it over his feet. It is just after 5, guys, yeah. Threatened to set him on fire. Anyone who's been in prison, either side at door, for me that level of violence is sickening. It really is sickening. See what I've done there? Yeah? Bit of a pause, stopped, as though words of wisdom are going to come out of my mouth. It is sickening though, the level of violence. The thing is, drugs and mobile phones, right, in prison, that level of violence, that's what it brings. People inevitably get in debt in prison. Best advice for first timers, people going into prison, I'll keep saying this, you know, try and be humble. Don't take anything or borrow anything off anybody. Everything has a price. Drugs and mobiles bring a level of violence, especially if other people think you have a drugs or a mobile. If you're not in some sort of, shall we say, group, organisation, gang, postcode type thing, what I'm saying is, if you're from Salford, yeah, you've got a lot of your boys round you, you're going to be reasonably safe. If you're some guy who's in on his own, took a phone in with you, or you've taken some drugs and people find out, you're going to be in a world of pain, and that will bring that level of violence. I don't want to be too graphic with this. You all know, I've talked about it before, putting things where the sun don't shine up your back passage. So if you've got drugs, mobile phone, the lengths other prisoners will go to retrieve them drugs and mobile phones is truly sickening. It really is. As Sean Bean leaves the prison, he has to speak to his ex-padmate, the lad who'd had the phone, which caused the problems when going to his dad's funeral. Padmate's a lifer. The officer opens the door, he looks dishevelled, he's not altogether there. You know, you can see Sean Bean's taken aback. This was his padmate, lucid, having conversations with him. That is what prison does to you, yeah. No light at the end of the tunnel, that lad, no purpose, no point of self-worth. I do know in the drama that guy has murdered someone. So I'm not forgetting the victims. I'm just giving you an overall view. Thing about that lad, Stevie. Just let me shout. No, not yet. Come on, this way. So we had our winner chicken dinner last night. Hangover cure. Laddo knows that. He wants his breakfast. He gave me his ball, he looked confused 5 minutes ago. Oh, he's back wagging his tail. He's like, yeah, you'll get some chicken, lad. Anyway, that lad had an uncanny resemblance to a lad. And again, I might never have thought about this lad again. 2 assaults, one when he was on Dwing. I went there. I do know about the assault because I took him out to hospital on a hospital escort. And one when he was on K-Wing. The one on K-Wing really stung all the staff. 2 staff got absolutely mullered by the rest of the staff. They were on the case. We had a lad. He was vulnerable, quite effeminate. That's not what made him vulnerable. There were other things about him, very quiet. Anyway, he was on the Threes landing. He had a first cell. So on the Threes landing on K-Wing, there's a sterile area. That means an area where prisoners can't get without keys. Computer desk. Staff quite often sit there. They can see the Threes landing, especially in the morning when they're doing applications and paperwork. Can see what's going on whilst doing work and on the computer. And sometimes you need to look at a computer for the lads. So, you know, if they walk up to the gate of the sterile, Mr. Samworth, can you just check this? Boom, you can do it. Away you go. I was on Two's landing with Nobby Nobler, my mate. The 2 staff that are on the Threes landing were aware this lad was vulnerable. He was on an ACT document. He come from healthcare and we're being told to keep an eye on him. So pretty much in the morning on K-Wing, everyone's out. It was a remand wing at that time, but it's quiet. Some's gone to work, some will stay in bed, some might be having showers. 2 officers on that landing never moved for an hour and a half from that sterile area, yeah? Laughing and joking, we know that, you could see him on camera. While they're laughing and joking, his cell, 4 or 5 metres away, 2 lads go in and batter him. When I say batter him, when staff actually found him, when they were locking up for the morning, he got a trainer print on his face. He got prints on his body. You imagine dust or whatever, someone's stamping on you, but he got a trainer print on his face. He got a right kicking. We think whoever did it had had hold of the top bunk and swinging with the feet into his face and body. Yeah, he got a shoeing. K-Wing staff, Nobby Nobbler, them 2 staff on the freeze landing who'd like been laughing and joking, yeah, they got it, them 2. Anyway, we did a full lockdown search on K-Wing, which takes some doing. The SO, Bertie Bassett, lock them down, yeah. As they come back from visits or wherever they've been, they were locked down, cell to cell, trying to find that pair of trainers. We never found them. On camera, we saw the 2 lads who go in the cell. One of the lads who was questioned, he was put on basic regime even though we had no evidence. Yeah, Bertie Bassett were like, yeah, you're going on basic, you lad. He was wearing a pair of trainers 3 sizes too small, as it were. Very clever. Wherever them trainers went, off the wing, in the rubbish, who knows. That lad was also assaulted some years later on D-Wing. The lads who assaulted him on D-Wing were ruthless. They wanted him to carry a mobile phone, hold a mobile phone, and like I've already said, I'm not talking about carrying it in your pocket or having it in the cell. I'm talking about carrying it where the sun don't shine, up your back passage. He refused. They sexually assaulted him repeatedly. Without being too graphic, they did things to, shall we say, try and make that area bigger in order he could take their mobile phone for them. I know that because on camera again it was investigated. They knew who'd done it. No evidence. No officer goes in a cell, don't see him in the act. Don't matter what's on camera. No cameras in cells. I took him on a hospital escort. He went to have camera up the back passage and that. Again, I don't want to be too graphic. There were stitches. So the incident with Sean Bean, you know, they gave him a few digs, threatened to set his feet. That level of violence, yeah, sickening and thought-provoking. But I say, if you're going to get involved in drugs and mobile phones and that, and people find out, and you've got no mates, as it were, then you're going to be in a world of trouble. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it there. I'll do another one in a bit. So it'll be 2 today. What I am going to do, I've had a look, there's some really good questions people have put in the comments. I'm going to write all them down. I'm going to find somebody to ask me them questions, and we're going to answer them. They're not so much drama-based questions. You know, it's obviously posed some issues for other people. Oh, look at him wagging his tail, bless him. It's posed some issues for other people, so I'm going to try and answer them best I can. So guys, hopefully soon the world will be getting back to normal, or as normal as possible. Thanks for continued support. Thanks for the comments. Thanks for everything. Parting shot as always. Yeah, not me. Is it breakfast time, kid? Yes, Dad. Winner, winner. Steve's chicken dinner. Thanks for coming, guys. I'll see you.